Imagine finally building a thriving, self-sustaining community in the ruins of the old world, only to realize that a beacon of light in the darkness attracts every wolf in the wasteland. Welcome to Edge of Valor, the 7th gripping installment in Kyla Stone's relentlessly tense Edge of Collapse series. If the previous books were about the chaotic scramble to survive the initial EMP and the brutal marathon of the long-term collapse, Book 7 shifts the paradigm once again. This is no longer just about surviving the winter. It's about defending the sanctuary you've built against an enemy that wants to take it all. This audiobook is a masterclass in post-apocalyptic tension, blending hyper-realistic siege warfare, psychological suspense, and the heavy, unforgiving burden of leadership. The narrative picks up with the core group having successfully transitioned from a small survivalist cell to the protectors of a growing, vulnerable settlement. They have crops, they have defenses, and they have a semblance of peace. But in a grid-down world, prosperity is just a target on your back. When a new, highly organized, and heavily armed coalition of raiders sets its sights on their homestead, the survivors realize that their greatest threat isn't the freezing elements or starvation, it's a coordinated army. Stone excels at capturing the claustrophobic dread of an impending siege, making every snapping twig on the perimeter and every shadow in the tree line feel like a lethal ticking clock. What truly elevates Edge of Valor above standard survival fiction is Kyla Stone's uncompromising commitment to tactical and logistical realism. This is not a story where the heroes have infinite ammo and magical plot armor. Every single bullet counts. Every medical supply is a matter of life and death. The combat sequences are grounded, visceral, and terrifyingly authentic. Stone writes tactical gunfights, perimeter defenses, and ambushes with a breathtaking technical precision. You aren't just reading about a shootout, you are experiencing the deafening roar of unsuppressed firearms in the quiet woods, the panic of a malfunctioning weapon, and the desperate, close-quarters brutality of fighting when the magazines run dry. But beyond the tactical brilliance and the survival mechanics, the soul of the book lies in the psychological toll of the collapse and the deepening bonds of the found family. The core group is forced to make impossible, morally gray choices to protect the innocent people who rely on them. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable loyalty to one another and the heavy weight of command. They aren't just fighting for calories or ammunition anymore. They are fighting to preserve their humanity and the sanctuary they've bled to build. The audiobook format perfectly captures the weary, hardened voices of people who have seen too much, bearing the crushing responsibility of leadership while trying to keep their own souls intact. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. The hostile coalition launches a coordinated, devastating assault on the survivor sanctuary, forcing them into a desperate, multi-stage battle for their lives. The finale is a spectacular, hard-fought convergence of tactical ingenuity, raw courage, and sheer, unyielding defiance. It delivers a massive, dopamine-fueled payoff that earns every bit of its triumph, proving that while the grid may be dead, the human spirit refuses to be broken. Edge of Valor is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. Kyla Stone has crafted a milestone book that proves the Edge of Collapse series is a must-listen for any fan of survival fiction. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the survivors. The world has ended, but their fight for tomorrow has just reached its boiling point.